Hello, Aries. Welcome to Spicy Sunflower Tarot. I'm going to get started with a October reading, monthly reading for the sign of Aries. And I am using the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. And so you can just be tuning into your intuition, looking at just the general monthly overview check-in for you, Aries. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I love having your energy here. And I'll do a quick split of the deck. And we'll start into the Celtic Cross. Just great general overview for the month ahead. I'm going to lay them out and then I'll come back and discuss. So we're looking for the center portion of that Celtic Cross. So starting off that current energy. Current energy for the sign of Aries for the month of October. What can Aries expect as just that current energy as they start the month off? For you, Aries, I'm just reading uprights today. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Two of Cups. So that is very much about soulmate energy, a love bond, a joining of two. The two become one. Can be lovers. This can also be a business relationship. You just feel very connected to the person that you're signing on the dotted line with, and this can be romantic, business. Either way, it's just a very unified, beautiful, energetic connection, bond. It's lovely. Two of Cups. It's very emotionally intact. And so Aries, as you start the month off, you're starting off here, Seven of Cups, lots of choices, lots of things going on in your heart space. You know, as a fire energy, you're very much a get up and go, had it done yesterday, you know, checking all the boxes, just inspired and artistic and creative. However, here in this center energy, as you start October, you're just looking at your options, you're looking at your choices, you're looking at the things that are available for you to put your heart-spaced energy into. Where do you want to feel emotion? Do you want to feel emotions about every single thing in your life? Or do you want to just kind of solidify, maybe consolidate, put some things into some neat, tidy little boxes where, you know, this is my family, this is my friends, this is my work. You know, maybe everything has its own separate pile and you're just choosing. You really are. You're contemplating. You're making sure that the choice you make is the choice you wanted to make. You really are carefully assessing what's available to you. So choices, options, that's always good. And what's interesting about Seven of Cups as the center energy is what your recent past, what is the Lovers, and that's also about choice. That is very much can be another soul bond union, like we talked about with the Two of Cups. This can also indicate that there was just in general a very big choice that needed to be made. So whether that was in who you want as your lover, it can also be who you wanted to accept that job offer from. You had a very important choice. This is major arcana energy for the sign of Gemini. So you could be dealing with the Gemini. You could be just making a big, deliberate choice. I love all the reds. It's passionate. It's a very serious choice. Something was very, hot on the table to get a choice made for it. And then here in the center, It's really rousing your feelings. Your emotions are getting all stirred up. And what's challenging all of that is the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is saying, um, you're feeling a little closed off. Either you're doing that on purpose, or something is, especially to do with your pentacles, something energetic is making you feel like you need to play your cards close to your vest. You need to keep your secrets to yourself. You need to make sure that you're being very, I want to say diabolical, but that sounds like, somebody coming up with an evil plan. But a strategic, maybe that's more of an inline word for this. But there's energy of um, your security, your stability is intact, but you don't want to. It's miserly, it's frugality based. Even though there are opportunities to spend your money, or there's opportunities to spend your time and your effort, maybe you're just not sure if that's what you want to do. You're very contemplative. You're not really sold on something one way or another. So Four of Pentacles, you're not sure. All these choices that need made, maybe now is not the time to make them. Either way, Four of Pentacles is your challenge. Four of Pentacles is challenging your ability to make choices, because if I invest in this one thing with my whole heart, my whole soul, all of that, what if that's the wrong choice? What if that is a waste of time, love, effort, my pocketbook? So there's a lot of high stakes. It feels a little high stakes. In the top of the spread is in your mind. It's your headspace. Where are you at? I think you're feeling afraid to be abandoned. I think you're feeling afraid of, if you do let your guard down, will that be a mistake? Will you be left out in the cold, or lost, or lonely, or, made to feel as if that was stupid? This energy, this person here sitting by this big, beautiful door, it just seems like they've just lost all hope in whatever. So I think that's what you're afraid to feel, because the Four of Pentacles comes right before the Five of Pentacles. So you being cautious, playing your cards close to your chest or your vest, or whatever the cliche is. You're worried about feeling like it was a dumb move. Just know that this card is always full of hope, even though it's kind of a sad energy. You always have the key. The lock is right there. The light is shining on the door, and the doorway is just indicative of there's always another way forward. We're never just stuck and lost and left out in the cold. There is always a bright day. There's always a new dawn. There's a new day. There's a new way to spend our time and our effort and our energy. We're never just, stuck there forever. So it's a mentality, it's a train of thought, and thoughts can be chosen and changed. So Five of Pentacles, just in your head, feeling worried about, what if I don't make the right decisions or make the right choices? Down in the bottom of your spread here is the wheel, and this is all about good karma. This is karma in general. And so it's the wheel, the karmic wheel, that's always spinning, it's always turning, it's always going around. And then that's why it's very important. I like that she's got these furry dice around her neck. It's somebody that is, I think, a born optimist, somebody that believes in what they put out in the world, they will get back. And I think that's why, Aries, I think you do make a very concerted effort to the energy that you put out into the world. I think that you really do care about making right, good choices. The wheel, in addition to your major arcana, the lovers over here, this is major arcana. It's card number 10, and it is the major arcana for the sign of Sagittarius. So it's your fire cousin, and it is, ruled by Jupiter. So it's good luck, it's abundance, it's blessings beyond your ability to even contemplate. I love there's sacred geometry going on in the background in the sky. So, sometimes we can only control our current situation and the way we're thinking about it. But I think that we're always being blessed and loved and shined down and rained down upon by the universe, by spirit, by God, whatever major, beneficent being that you believe that there is. I think there is this abundance of love, light, and good fortune coming your way. And I think down in the recesses of your being, even though you're being a little cautious and you're maybe being a little concerned about being left out in the cold or abandoned or left out, these big choices that you're making, I think that you do know at the end of the day that you will be blessed. And as you move into the future, that is truth. Ace of Cups is here to say you start off your future energy as you proceed into the month of October with your heart space completely full. I love that this looks like a cup of cappuccino or whatever lovely cup of anything that you like to see, but she's holding her hands at her heart space. It's almost as if she's going to do the prayer pose in yoga, but she has this heart space full. It's emanating, it's light filled, it's pouring over the edges, in fact, because it is so full. So, this is what, in my interpretation of Ace of Cups, is Ace represents one, which is you. You pour into yourself first before you even think about pouring into anyone else's cup. Once your cup is full, you've taken good, solid care of yourself, your emotional state. I think then you can go and spread that love to wherever you want to spread that love. But I think that, being overwhelmed with choices, 7 of Cups, that's a lot. And so I think as you move into the future, I think you really start to dial it in that you understand it always begins with you first. That's not selfish. That is actually very healthy. This can also be you receiving an offer of love from someone. So either way you look at it, it's good because it almost as if that were the case, someone just placed their cup into your hands. So it's a gift. Take care of it. It's a heart. It could be your heart or it could be someone else's heart. Either way, it's a very special privilege to hold a heart in your hands, yours or anyone else's. Your internal energy, Aries, is the moon. So we've got another major arcana this time for the sign of Pisces or Cancer. And this is your internal energy. So how you're feeling is very emotional. You're really feeling your feelings this month. You are feeling all of this, deep in the water, deep in the ocean. The ocean water always represents emotion. And so this person has just sunk all the way under, and it's in the night, and there's a sense of duality. There's the white wolf and the dark wolf, and this always brings me back to that Native American saying about the grandfather telling his grandsons about, there's always two wolves. There's a good wolf and a bad wolf, and the grandson's asking something to the effect of, well, which wolf wins? And the grandfather explains, the wolf that you feed. And the moon does indicate secrets. It indicates, I think it's also magical, and I think it's very emotional, but it can be very secretive just because, things that we do in the dark of night could be a little different than the things that we do in the light of day. So where, people try to pull the wool over people's eyes at night, sneaky behavior. Sometimes, most criminal activities or behaviors come out in the night because people think they're going to get away with something. This can also just be plans not being ready, or not, they're not being ready to be revealed. So there could just be a lot going on inside of you, how you feel about life in general, what you are willing to share and what you're not. There is just this sense of duality of, do I keep these secrets and these plans to myself and hide it from maybe whoever is important in my life? Or do I share all, tell all, but it's something's just not quite ready to reveal yet? Maybe you're still not quite sure how you feel because you're still so far down in the depths of all of this emotion, and you're just not quite sure how to spill the beans or share it with whoever is in your life. So as you move into your external energy, Seven of Pentacles, and that's all about patience. So whatever is happening in your external environment, I think it's just a matter of time. Again, makes sense with that moon energy. Once it's ready to be revealed, then, we can start putting in the time, making sure that we're being very patient and understanding with the growth process, that nothing good really does happen overnight. Everything is going to take time. And so if this is a love relationship, where the Ace of Cups, and we had the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and we've got the Lovers over here. And I really think there's just this internal knowing that we're working on this, and we're working on it together. We have a choice to make, if we're going to do that at all or not, but it's going to require patience. And so in your hopes and fears is beautiful Six of Wands. This is success. This is victory. This is putting on your best outfit, getting on the stage, shining in the spotlight, wearing the crown, the wreath, the beautiful, celebratory. It can be very much associated with getting a promotion at work, being deemed the greatest of all time. You could get, it's that goat energy, but this is showing up in your hope and your fears. And so, is there some reason that you could be leery of winning? Or is there, you hope that you win and you hope that you're applauded and people are clapping and singing your praises? Or is that also something that you really kind of would rather not? So it's a hope and it's a fear. Six of Wands. Fire energy, very passionate, very lit up. And oh my gosh, at the final outcome is the Ten of Cups. I mean, it does not get any better than that. Truly and honestly, the Ten of Cups, this rainbow, it's like the Skittles rainbow, and all the cups that you could ever want. Here in the beginning of your spread, Aries, you had 7 cups that you were deliberating over because, oh my, there's just so many things I could choose to put my heart space and my emotions into. And then there's this beautiful Ace of Cups where you're giving your heart or you're receiving a heart. And your final outcome for the month of October is you win. I mean, it was a hope and a fear of yours, but you invested the right way with whomever or whatever you poured your heart space into. This is joy, celebration, happy life, all your dreams coming true. This is truly, whatever it is that really is at the end of the rainbow, you found it. That's your pot of gold, whatever that is for you. You have discovered your pot of gold, Aries. So I really think this is a big win, beautiful, victorious win for the sign of Aries for October. I do want to leave you with an oracle card. Mystic Manifesting, Mystic Manifesting Oracle deck. Just one of these beautiful cards for the sign of Aries. We have Guardian Armor. Create healthy boundaries and guard against doubt and fear. I hold my sacred space. I really love that because up on the top of your mind in the very beginning of the reading was Five of Pentacles. And that really is, someone has just convinced themselves that they are abandoned, they are left out, they feel like they don't want to be abandoned. And so this oracle card here is a good one to hang on to for the month of October. Create healthy boundaries and guard against doubt and fear. Your affirmation: I hold my sacred space. Aries, I hope this reading is a blessing to you. I love to hear your comments. Like, subscribe, share, follow. All of your support towards the channel really helps. Thank you so much. Namaste.